from a cybersecurity perspective, now we are talking about we being in control. Okay, we are the cybersecurity team now. We want to help BNS Cyber Lab employees, right? We want to help them because lots of emails keep coming and not everyone has technical knowledge, okay, of what phishing is or which link to click or whatsoever. Now, from a technical perspective, I'm not talking about training now, okay? We are in control, right? From a technical perspective, what action do you think we can take regarding the emails, okay? Since email is the first point of contact at this point, okay? And we believe if everyone wants to get into our organization's defenses, they're breaking through the email. We'll put it that way, okay? So, what do you think, in your opinion, what do you think we can do from a technical perspective?
Yeah, from my point of view, yeah.
Please, Mr. Junaid, you can mute after Mr. Gideon, then you can control. Thank you so much, Mr. Junaid. Yeah, Mr. Gideon.
Okay, so I think from my point of view, in order for we to reduce phishing emails that comes into our email box, there's some software which we use to implement um, there's a software that filters suspicious emails, software like Mimecast. If
Okay.
you, I don't know if you heard about Mimecast. Mimecast is a phishing tool is a phishing software that
Yep.
helps to like filter phishing email.
Yep.
As an organization, we could use tools like Mimecast, and then we could also implement multi-factor authentication tools like Okta verification,
Yep.
Google Authenticator,
Okay.
so that and also implementing access control as well also helps somehow because some like
Good.
just like you said now, some of the staffs
Yep.
at the office don't are not really aware about
Yep.
phishing emails. So if
Yep.
we could implement identity and access control,
Yep.
some of these staff won't be able to access certain things in the organization. Meaning, well, it's just like you could access emails, but
Mm-hmm.
there are some emails like if like it's tool is being set that the emails pass through those tools to get to the staff.
Yep.
Using like this might be about now. If the staff is maybe one or maybe the team, they receive that email before it goes to the staff, they pass through my account. So my account check this email if it's a email before it with the user that needs the email. I think multi-factor authentication, um, using applications that could implement multi-factor authentication, like I said, and then Mimecast to filter suspicious email before it gets to the end user. This is what
Yep.
from my point of view.
On point, Mr. Gideon. On point, Mr. Thanks for your contribution. You are not far from the truth. However, um, one of our core at Cyber Lab is we try to minimize the use of third-party apps. We try to actually do this ourselves, right? We try to minimize it. So, on point, what you said. Okay. So yeah, Mr. Junaid.
So what I just want to add to that is like I'm implementing like email authentication. So implementing
Yep.
software that will like authenticate the SPF, the DMARC record,
Hmm?
the DMARC, and also the BKM of the like an incoming email, and also email security like the former person I've mentioned, like
Hmm?
if you implement some software that will like filter incoming email
Yep.
to like filter, like to remove, like make sure phishing emails doesn't get to like the employees. And maybe some
Well.
place you can like also implement maybe network security, like maybe firewalls, like to
Mhm.
block known suspicious like maybe IP
To
or
block.
traffic
Oh, perfect.
from
Perfect.
yes
Yep.
for to like get into like the organization and network.
Perfect. Perfect, Mr. Junaid. Uh, I think no one is at the lobby at this point. I think I've admitted everyone. I can get a chat. That's why we have to join early so we don't get distracted. So, Mr. Junaid, on point. Okay, on point. And what you said is actually what we are looking at. Okay, with this project, right? And each and every one of you has actually contributed. You're not far from uh, what should be done. Okay, however, like I said, we always try to think, put in the security mindset, minimize the use of third-party apps. Like I said, we try to do this ourselves. Okay, and if you notice, there are so many measures, email providers use. Okay, for instance, messages going to spam folders just when they are not sure if it's legit or not. That's also a measure, right? However, if you notice, not all emails that are in the spam folder that are actually malicious. And sometimes those that even get to the inbox, some of them are actually malicious, right? And that's because at this point there are basically two ways to go about it. One is rule based, okay, using known. That's when it's known, the IP, the details of the sender is known, and it's checked against the reputation, and we know it's bad. Then okay, it goes to the spam. Okay, rule based and behavioral. AI, use of AI to actually determine if it is. Well, the thing is not, it's not 100%, right? So as a cybersecurity um, analyst, we're going to look at what we can also do in our own capacity, okay, to actually get insights. So before I continue, in cybersecurity, we have tools that we can use to check if a domain or a file attached to an email, URL, and so on are actually malicious or not. We use Virus Total. Okay, it's one of the tools, right, which we can use. However, at this point, we don't want to, because we will be getting lots of emails, right? We'll be getting lots of emails, hundreds, 500 emails per day. So, it wouldn't make sense for cybersecurity team to keep on coming to Virus Total and be launching IPs, domains, like the fatigue is much, okay? It's much. When you come, you try to do it manually, search to see if it's malicious or not, before you give a go ahead. It takes time, okay? It increases rather the mean time to detect a threat and all that. And for an organization that is busy, that wants to respond to its clients, on time, well, that takes lots of time, right? So that's where automation actually comes to play. And I believe you all are onboarded and probably have at this point on the side. Probably you've passed this stage and the cybersecurity automation project, and you are automating email analysis and SIM integration. Okay, like I said, in cybersecurity, okay, we have SIM, security information and event management. Well, because we need to gain insights, these are two different concepts. But because we need to security information, event management, these are two different concepts that has to come together just so the cybersecurity team can have insights, right? So we have tools like Splunk Curator, like I noticed, like I said earlier on, and this tool allows us to gain insights, okay, into email analysis, into firewalls, like you said. If in case you've already configured your firewall, it allows intrusion detection and prevention systems. This allows us to gain insights because we can get the data, okay, from emails, from firewalls from IDS, IPS, straight to our SIM platform, and in this case, we are talking about Splunk. Okay, we are talking about Splunk. So instead of coming to every single time to check the reputation of IP addresses, domains that comes with the emails, once it's sent or once it's received rather, what we are doing is we are automating the process, right? And that's why we said it's email analysis, automation, and SIM integration. The outcome of the analysis from Virus Total, which will be connecting, okay, we are sending it to Splunk, okay, so we can have insights in Splunk, so we can be able to search and make informed decisions about what is actually happening, okay, in Splunk. So, Mr. Bilan, okay, please, you can unmute. Yep.
So please, I don't know if there is a way this session can be recorded, because I think we need to go over this thing again.
Okay, earlier on, this question was asked, I think, in the last session. I said, okay, you can record from your own ends. So, and
I tried to, but here they said there is access unavailable. Access and management is limited.
What tool are you using?
Meeting restriction. This is what I'm seeing
What
here.
tool are you using at this point?
I'm using, it's Google. I'm using browser.
Okay, please try another tool. Okay, probably like...
Excuse me, I think before you can be able to record, you have to be a co-host or a host. Either of the two.
Because the permissions, I've already granted every permission, okay, before I even accepted everyone in. Okay, so but please just get the concept, okay, so you can go over it. All right, and should, in case you are not able to grasp, you can reach out individually. You have our number, right? You can reach out on WhatsApp, whatever medium, just so you gain more insight. So due to time, I'll proceed. Okay, so like I said, okay, we are automating this process, right? And for this project, okay, we'll be using Python. Why do we need Python? We need Python to send these emails. I think someone is not muted. Please, you can mute. So we are using Python, okay, to send the emails, right? So the group will be divided into two, right? However, we're working handy, okay? So everything is on the site right here, okay, on how to actually go about it, and you'll see that in a minute. So we'll be sending emails, okay, from one email account to the other email account, simulating what happens basically in real world scenarios where there'll be attachments, messages, and links, okay, such that once an email is received, that is in the receiving end, okay, we'll connect this. Virus Total provides the API access, okay, which you can be able to connect, okay, from our Python script. You can be able to connect this API, application programming interface, okay. Some smart people saw that, okay, if I want to use a service, instead of building a Virus Total from beginning, okay, why don't I just use their APIs, okay? So just, use the service, since the permission is already granted from Virus Total or any other platform which has provided its API for you to use. Why can't you just use it instead of starting from afresh? Okay, so you can gain insight, same as you would if you were here. But In this case, okay, we are connecting it on Python, right? Such that as the emails come, it runs this reputation check that we'll be doing here, right, of IP addresses, URL, domain, or file hash, okay, or even if it's a file, okay. We are automating this process such that even if we have 100 mails coming through, okay, it can be analyzed and then send. The outcome of that analysis can be sent to our SIM platform. Basically, that's what we'll be doing, right? So before running the script, always try to give um, participants the luxury to choose whichever platform they want at this point. Okay, you can use an Outlook, you can use Gmail, regardless of the platform. The processes, I believe, is the same. Okay, so you will need some access, okay, like to enable the IMAP, to enable the two-step verification. You get your app password, which will be used in the script. The script is already uploaded. Okay, so sometimes here you get the script on the site. Okay, and there's provision for you to put it in the script. However, you have to be careful and security conscious not to share your app password, or in this case, if you're even creating a new one, that's perfect. But just be careful not to share, you have to put in some kind of privacy up there, okay? So no one can access that. So you generate that, okay? Then in Splunk, that is the same platform where we want to get this insight, okay, where we are sending the analysis of virus total through the API to Splunk, okay. You need also some configurations there, okay, which I'm challenging you to actually get Splunk account. So at this point, there are prerequisites you need. One is to create a virus total account and get your API here. Two, you need a Splunk account, which Splunk comes, I believe there's enterprise, there's cloud, whichever one you want to use, you can actually deliberate amongst yourself and use it. Mr. Chike, you can you can coordinate the research and see which one works best for you. Okay, it's kind of a paid one. Okay, talking about Splunk. However, they give 64 days trial for Splunk Enterprise, and I believe 15 to 20 days for Splunk Cloud. Right. So you get these configurations. You'll be able to see this on the site as long as you're onboarded. Okay, and these are basically what you need. Okay, and there's provision for it in the in the script where you impute every detail. Okay, as you can see, it's details. Everything here is details. You can see, such as BNS mails. You create new token from Splunk. Okay. If you have configured the email to allow Python read your inbox, okay, virus total is checking it against known, checking its reputation, okay. You've also configured Splunk, okay, gotten your token, your Google app password. It's a requirement. Outlook, like I said, processes really have. I told you, you have the scripts. Python, you can download, you have access to all that. You can, okay, If someone wants to, okay, admit. So sorry about that. So from here you get the script. If it's not working perfectly, I challenge you to get around it. Okay, receiving end, and okay. So this is basically for those who will want to know how to get started with Splunk. I've also included, because this project, like I told you, we wouldn't be going through cybersecurity basics as such, but this project itself will actually challenge you, you know, to go through these processes. Okay, so everything is documented here, like how to install Splunk, get your login credentials, and even how to upload data. Okay, even how to upload data, right? So you need to also upload the screenshot of your data in Splunk interface, just so we are on the same page and we know that yes, the outcome of your analysis um, from virus total, okay, is being sent to Splunk. That is from Python, right? And basically that is it about this project. And you have some kind of introduction also to Splunk, even after pushing data into Splunk. Okay, we also have uh, uh, instructions, okay, on how to go about Splunk. So for Splunk, I will actually deliver hands-on, okay, on how to go about Splunk. However, that will be in the process of when you're probably done integrating the analysis into Splunk. Okay, so I'll share more insights on what Splunk is and how to search, what language is used, like the search processing language, and what this means when you are searching in Splunk, and please don't take my word for this. Splunk is a tool that a cybersecurity analyst needs, I believe, in almost every it's industry. Basically what I'm trying to tell you is Splunk is an industry recognized tool, right? And it's needed. Okay, it's needed by almost every organizations you see out there. Okay, Instagram uses, X, lots of organizations or enterprises use this to gain insights into what users are actually doing. For instance, I'll give you an instance. Here's the context. Let's assume you log in to, and as soon as you log into BNS Cyber Lab, you find out that you have to accept our privacy stuff, and you find out that we're telling you, okay, we use cookies to see what you're doing on our site. So basically, we can see where you are even logging from, right? Admin side, we can see basically what you're actually doing, right? So, and that's part of my job, as the IT manager in United Progressive Party of Canada. We actually get data, lots of data daily, and sometimes we at United Progressive Party of Canada, we have no business, for instance, if a user is logging in from China, okay, let's assume, that's a point of concern. Or from he logged in minutes ago from Canada or from US or UK, and then 5 minutes later I get to see you logging in from China or from Russia or Nigeria. That's a point of concern. Okay, that tells me something. It's either you're using VPN or you don't want me to know your location. You're probably doing something. Okay, or if you failed your login probably more than 5 times, in Splunk you can create rules to actually know, okay, if someone has failed his login probably more than 3 times or 4 times, you know your password. Splunk, just for practice, you can say it's BNS practice.csv. CSV is nice by Splunk. The other one is JSON. CSV is comma separated values, right? So you can see these are some of the commands, okay, which are used, okay, to gain insights in Splunk. You'll come to that after you must have figured out how to get your email analysis into Splunk. Prerequisites are you getting your Splunk account, virus total, getting your APIs, then configuring the email accounts which will be used for this exercise. Basically, 2 accounts is needed for email, one at the sending end, one at the receiving end, right? And in this script, okay, okay, I've uh, actually developed it in such a way that emails come after a minute. I think there are about 10 emails that program. There are about 10 emails that will be sent. Okay, and a minute. Okay, so this is just so we have the real world experience of what is actually happening, right? So that being said, I believe we've come now. Thank you. Um, to actually ask your questions. All right. Yes, please proceed.
Do we need knowledge of Python to work on this project?
Basically the script is there. What I intend that you do, okay, is to know how to configure, like we shared in the orientation exercise. We just want to introduce you to a couple of technologies and all that. It's a cybersecurity analyst, okay. It's beneficial for you if you know programming. It's beneficial. Please don't get me wrong. It's beneficial from a general point of view. It's not required, but it's beneficial. And we try to, introduce you to these technologies basically so you can have an idea, okay, when you are sitting in rooms, so you don't get intimidated, by all of these things. So what this project will teach you is actually how, first to configure your Visual Studio Code, okay, which will be the environment where you can install Python, okay. This project will expose you to that, to also expose you to automation, okay. You learn how to manage repetitive tasks to reduce human intervention, minimal human intervention. So you'll agree with me that yes, this is resourceful, okay. This is beneficial. You get to actually, so you don't need knowledge of Python as such because the script is already there, the program is already written, okay. However, if at any point you have a challenge with your code, you can always reach out to us. We'll guide you. Another way to do that, okay, is to use GPT-5, is to use Grok, is to use DeepSeek. These are some of the most intelligent code generators and code that can actually explain what is actually happening. So one of the ways you can actually troubleshoot what is happening, is to copy the script and paste it and see what their recommendations will be, and I believe we'll arrive at the same conclusion. We'll be on the same page, right? Hope I've answered you.
Yes, you have.
Hello, can you hear me, please?
Yes,
Hello. Yeah,
yes.
so I just wanted to ask, this document, are you guys sending it to us? And when is the deadline for this project?
Um, Mr. Gideon, it's on the site. Already been onboarded here. Okay. So I believe you can see whatever it is I've showed you. I believe you can see it on the site, right? You just need to log in, okay, to the BNS site, and at the internship program, you find your way. It's already there. Everything is there. The scripts are there. Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
no worries. Thank you. I'll check it out.
Thank you. And regarding the deadline, okay, this should be, I'm aware that some of you are working professionals, and that's why we try to make this flexible. Okay, we try to make this flexible. So depending on how a month basically is enough, like I've explained yesterday, a month is enough for you to actually conclude this task, right? Unless you probably um, encounter some challenges, which I believe you won't. But if you happen to encounter any challenge, I'll be glad, to guide you on that. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Michael Idausa. Please unmute. Mr. Michael, I can see your hands up. Please unmute, considering we have 9 minutes left. So let's. Okay, Mr. Michael is not available, I believe. Mr. Collins, please unmute.
Okay, good day.
Yep. Good day, Mr.
Uh,
Collins.
Thank you. I joined the meeting quite late because of I didn't know on tabulation. I thought it was supposed to start 3 p.m. Nigerian time. I didn't know it started earlier. So please, I want to ask if this meeting is being recorded, so I can go back to it to brush up and understand how the meeting went and all of that. And I heard you talking about deadline. I really don't know what the deadline is all about.
So I think Mr. Collins,
Yes, please.
for your concern, I believe the team lead, or that's Mr. Chike, will will
Yes.
will tip you on that. Okay, we've already discussed. Okay, Mr. Chike, recording this session in OBS. If Mr. Chike will share with you portions here. Okay,
Okay.
so the team lead is Mr. Chike, so you can refer to him.
All right then. Thank you.
Yeah. So Mr. Rashid, please proceed.
Yeah, sorry, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I was not able to join during the orientation. So I don't know the website you're talking about that we can get the script and read from.
Okay, Mr. Rashid, have you been onboarded on the BNS website? Do you have access to an internship program to request?
No, I don't know. We are to send a request to any site also.
Okay, were you in the orientation program?
No, I was not able to join. I was not in orientation.
My bad. So I think you have to. I'll leave it at the chat: www.bnscyberlab.com/courses. You navigate to the internship program 2025-2026. You click in a request, and one of our team members will approve that, so we can all be on the same page. You'll be able to have access to everything you've seen that I've presented today. Okay, the project, email analysis automation, and SIM integration. Thank you. It's in the chat.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. So, does anyone have any concern? I can see Mr. Michael Idausa, but I'm not sure. There, Mr. Michael.
Sorry. Good afternoon,
Okay,
everyone.
good
I'm
afternoon.
here. Okay. My name is Michael Darusa, and then I wanted to get clarification on something.
Okay.
I during the whole class, the whole section, I was experiencing some network challenges. I had an issue where I needed to rejoin, and then I was logged out several times. So I don't know if by chance these particular sessions and subsequent sessions will be recorded. At least that will be helpful because
Oh,
I won't be.
okay.
I'll
This
be very
session.
honest.
Okay, this session is being recorded at this point by
Okay,
the team lead, Mr. Colin, Mr. Chike. Okay, and I believe Mr. Chike will share it in the group, you
okay,
know,
sir.
and you have access to that. So we have 8 minutes remaining, five rather, before it ends. Before we go, please notify if at this point you are clear with my explanations or if I should extend this and actually explain again.
Extend the call for the same of us.
Okay, I think I will have to for saying that because I think you probably joined late, Mr. Michael. So,
No, I didn't join late. I even joined
okay.
before too. So I was always, the network was not stable. That's the problem.
Okay, I think if it's regarding the network, then the recording will do justice to that. But
Oh,
if you need some more clarification, okay, it's recorded already. If you
okay.
need more clarification for those that have been following right from the beginning, if you need more clarification on what we've discussed, okay, please you can indicate, okay, and I can extend. Please unmute, Mr. Julius.
Good afternoon, boss. Last time we met, you said something about the master class. So I just want to ask, what is the plan for there's any regards to that?
Okay, thanks for that question. For the master class, like I said earlier, is for those who are positioning for job roles who will want um, an advanced guidance, mentorship. Okay, basically, we holding your hands, showing you what is actually happening in the industry and how you can position yourself, and also teaching you the skills, in depth required for you to perform on the role. Okay, because this is an internship program and you're learning at the goal, you're learning in the process, you're learning through projects, right? However, the master class includes courses which will provide hands-on, okay, and you gain more confidence. And it's $100, by the way. And for those who are interested, you can reach out. If you are in the group, you have our number. You can actually reach out, and one of our team members will be there to guide you on that. Thank you, Mr. Julius. So, that being said, always reach out, if you have concerns, which probably regarding the project, not regarding activities. If it's regarding activities, the team lead is there, to actually throw more light. But regarding the project itself, if you are lost at some point, okay, you can reach out in the orientation program. We've already told you the mediums which you can use. In fact, you can chat with us on WhatsApp. Basically, we are 247 available to guide you. So thank you very much for joining. It's nice having this conversation with you. All right, have a nice day ahead. Thank you.